Hey Mom, today highlighted even more clearly how deeply cultural capital has been accumulating in my life. Not through dramatic turning points, but through the steady, continuous process of showing up in a culture that once felt completely foreign. When I first stepped into this environment, every part of my day required active interpretation. Social cues, communication patterns, and expectations that people here understood intuitively but were new terrain for me. I had to observe, listen carefully, and slowly piece together what different gestures meant, how to navigate conversations with the right tone, and when to adjust my approach depending on the situation. At the time, these moments felt small and sometimes even tiring, but they were the building blocks of something much larger, the gradual accumulation of cultural capital. The more I immersed myself, the more those once unfamiliar dynamics became internalized until eventually they become part of the way I naturally move through the world. Now, when I go through a normal day at school, I can feel how those early efforts have solidified into instincts. The transitions, interactions, and routines that used to require focused attention now feel intuitive. That shift reflects what cultural capital actually is. Not a sudden realization or one big moment of transformation, but a steady layering of understanding that forms through repeated exposure. Each conversation, each small moment of clarity, and each adjustment in my behavior has accumulated into a sense of fluency that didn't exist before. Seeing that progression helps me appreciate how much growth can happen quietly. A day that feels ordinary on the surface becomes evidence of how deeply those small moments have reshaped my internal landscape. And as this cultural capital continues to grow, I'm becoming more aware of the ways it doesn't remain limited to understanding or fitting into a new environment. Instead, it extends outward and converts into other forms of capital that influence broader areas of my life. One of the clearest ways this happens is through social capital. The more comfortable I become communicating within this cultural context, the easier it is to build genuine relationships. People respond differently when they sense that I understand their rhythms, values, and ways of interacting. That comfort makes conversation smoother, deepens trust, and widens the network of people I can connect with meaningfully. What began as an effort to understand cultural nuance has become the foundation for stronger, more authentic relationships. Connections that might not have formed if I were still stuck in the discomfort of early adaptation. There's also the dimension of symbolic capital, which becomes more visible the longer I stay abroad. The very fact that I chose to leave home, step into an unfamiliar culture, and continue growing within it creates a narrative that shapes how others perceive me. It communicates qualities like resilience, openness, and initiative, traits that carry weight in both social and professional settings. People often respect the willingness to embrace uncertainty and adapt to a culture different from one's own, and that perception becomes a form of capital in itself. It influences how others approach me, the opportunities they believe I'm capable of handling, and the level of trust they extend. The story of my journey becomes part of my value in the eyes of the people around me. The cultural capital I'm building here is becoming a long-term asset that I'll carry into every future chapter of my life. It shapes my perspective, broadens my awareness, and deepens my ability to understand and connect with people across differences. It gives me the confidence to step into unfamiliar situations with curiosity instead of fear. I ate some egg noodle soup and that was it for my day. Okay, love you. Bye.